Okay, so I'm doing an update. I haven't done one in a while because I just don't want to keep posting horrible stuff about all the nightmares that I'm going through. But, you know, 3 years of endless harassment later, and still nothing's been done. And, you know, in new glasses, by the way. In 2 years ago, I think it was about 2 years ago, environmental health came in and witnessed that multiple men are living upstairs and making antisocial noise all night, every night in the property, and the council's response to that was, no, there's just one man living up there who works at night, and completely ignoring that environmental health had been in literally every day and been in for months and months and witnessed them doing all this antisocial noise and harassment at night, every single night, in all the antisocial hours of the night, and they've been in from like midnight to 3 a.m. because that's the end of where they relays, which is pathetic. But yeah, so they literally witnessed that there are multiple men in there, and you know the council just ignored all of that, and they ignored that they fired fireworks at my bedroom window at 3:30 a.m. and the police did nothing about that. Oh, it's just a prank, and you know, bashing on all my windows at antisocial hours of the night, and you know, there's millions of different harassments that they've been doing to me with evidence, and nothing gets done ever. And you know, I've been putting all of my energy into trying to fight that for the last several years, and still nothing ever gets done. Which, you know, isn't right. And, you know, I've been going through the Housing Ombudsman, and the Housing Ombudsman firstly found that they were, you know, breaching by resetting the case back to stage 0 every single time they were supposed to be coming to doing some action, you know, taking some action. It's like filling all of these endless forms of just writing down all the endless harassments that you're suffering, and then get told that, oh, that's not even admissible in court, so they're not even going to do anything with that. And, you know, when you've got all of this stuff that's actually witnessed by a different team at the council, admittedly, but still members of the council witnessing it, and still nothing gets done, and still the council contradicts the literal evidence to protect them, is pathetic. And so, you know, I went through the community trigger. The community trigger found that they weren't doing anything, so their action to do something was to ring me all day, like literally non-stop, keep me on the phone and just berate me all fucking day, and then send me 60 emails. And you know, that was pushing me, because they know that I suffer from manic depression, and they've discriminated against that. For one, you know, they claim that because I suffer that I must be imagining it, and you know, that you can suffer any medical mental health condition if you suffer that. So they've been deliberately gaslighting me and pushing me to my limits, which has been, you know, too much to handle. And so, you know, and then all of their responses were, oh, I noted it's on records, and it's just like, all I ever do is just write down endless evidences and send endless videos and recordings of all of the endless harassments, and they ignore that, you know, you can hear them slamming into the ceiling, you can hear them. One moment. I'm frayed to the edges. No, I've been completely destroyed by all of this. And yeah, they contradict the evidence, they ignore it all, they just do whatever the fuck they want. They you know, their response to environmental health coming in at night every night and witnessing the antisocial noise, which is at night, is we need to come in at 11 a.m. and see if this noise is going on. Yeah, but they do it from 11 p.m. till 6 a.m. to deliberately prevent sleep. Oh, but we need to come in at 11 a.m. Fuck off. You know, they just want to run biased investigations. Go, oh, there's no noise going on at 11 a.m. They've all left the house at 11 a.m. Yeah, but they're in the fucking house all fucking night, every fucking night, because they live there, because that's the definition of living there, and, you know, that's breaching their tenancy, and they were even breaching lockdown, because during lockdown, they were having parties in there every fucking night, blasting up music, slamming into the ceiling, shouting many people up there. Police do nothing about the lockdown breaches. Council do nothing about all of that. So yeah, it's completely frayed me to my limit. Nothing ever gets done. When they're due to provide their final response, they don't. So the Housing Ombudsman can't investigate because they haven't provided their final response. And then that was due like a year and a half ago. And then they ignore that. And then, you know, pushing for like 6 or 7 months. Then they start from stage 0 again. Even though the Housing Ombudsman have already found that they're, you know, maladministrating doing that. And then it comes to when they finally are meant to provide their final response 4 months ago. They don't. Keep pushing. They don't provide their final response. And yeah, that's been a lot. And then the MP that's been, you know, dealing with this died, probably of COVID. So now I don't even have him pushing for me in all of this. So that's been even harder, because now it's just me trying to fight everything and, you know, fight this actual fucking maladministration and just facing a brick wall of nothing with no way out of this, and, you know, literally just unending nightmares. And it's been horrific. And, you know, I reached a breaking point a long time ago. I was getting severely depressed, and then someone that I cared about a lot, you know, got back in touch, and, you know, I'd been hoping and wishing she would, and, you know, I even asked her out, and she sounded so happy, and we were just seeing where things go, because she lives on the other side of the world, and, you know, that's, we can't date and do things that we would have done, so, you know, it's just chatting. And because I'm going through all of this, you know, and I'm manic depressive, I suffer, and, you know, I overreact at stupid things, and I've pushed her away. And, you know, I was chasing the happiness, yes, but at the same time, like, I just, you know, when I'm going through all this, I let too much of that affect me, and, you know, the sides of my personality that are my illness, that, you know, especially when I'm suffering at my worst and literally frayed to my edges. Like, I did this when my housing benefits were being withheld for 9 months, and, you know, I was being made homeless. I ended up pushing Steph away. I ended up destroying all of my friendships, and, you know, pushing my best friends away, and literally sabotaging them deliberately because I wanted to kill myself. And, you know, I'm sabotaging everything with her and saying stuff I don't mean, and I don't. Just, you know, I wish I could have just distanced myself because I needed to, but instead I acted out and said and did stupid things to sabotage everything again. And, you know, this could have been great. She's an amazing person, and, you know, when I'm healthy, we got on great. But I've not been for the last longest time, you know, and especially as in the past year they've been stepping up the endless harassments because I'm pushing at the council. The council talk to them, and they respond by kicking up my door, bashing on my windows, throwing millions of cigarette butts on my wheelie bin, smashing the gate up to the entranceway. They destroyed the washing line a few times. They've, you know, just endless, and I think they stole my mail. I've been waiting for an important package, and I think they stole that as well. But I've seen them stealing other pieces of my mail. So, yeah, it's just been endless abuse. And when the council speak to them, they step it up. They've shouted death threats at me. They've you know, they threatened to kill me several times. They threatened to cut me. I got that on video, them threatening to cut me because, you know, I needed to move the wheelie bin to let in a delivery for Tesco. And, you know, his response to that was, "I'm gonna cut you if you touch my bin again." It's like, for fuck's sake, you know, you're blocking the alley access. I was literally gonna put it back after I literally moved it just to let a delivery in, and just sick of being threatened and abused. And again, you know, the other week they were kicking up my door all night long. Police don't come out. Fuck. you expect the fucking police to come out and do anything? No, the police are fucking garbage. You ignore all of this. But if I did anything to them, I would get arrested. But no, they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, like they have some sort of political immunity. It's fucking bullshit. You know, they've got this all-access pass. I work at nights. It can't be me. Even though he gets other people in the house to do all of this shit for him. You know, like environmental health witness that. Even when the council was saying, we have one person who only works at nights, I recorded the entranceway of them coming in every night and sent them videos. They ignored that. And it's like, oh, well, if he's at work night, who are these 3 other men that are coming in every fucking night while the 4th man is working? Huh? And like, they have pictures of all the 4 men that live up there, and they ignore that and do nothing about that. You know, they ignore all of it, and rather than do anything about them, they pursue things against me, which is pathetic. And, you know, at the start of the month, I got a phone call from what claimed to be the police. They were like, "Oh, Jack Dromey MP, former, you know, may rest in peace, called us up and said, we need to talk to you about the endless harassments that you've been suffering." So I thought it was the police coming. They knock at my door. There's 3 people. The one at the front is a police officer and says, "Oh, you know, there are 3 of us." Just because there are 3 of us, bit suspicious the way that he said that. Let them in. The 2 police officers at the side don't really speak. The one at the middle, who's, you know, I assumed was a police officer, but who's clearly a member of the council, I realise now, especially as I spoke to the police the next day, and they were like, "Yeah, we've got no record of the police coming out, it was probably the council." And rather than talk about the harassments that I've been suffering, which I thought they were going to do, I got berated about what I've done to try and get rehomed. And I've done everything. I've tried, and all the applications. I've tried contacting the housing options, and the housing options say that I need a referral from the council. The council won't provide that. They won't provide me the username and password to log in to apply to even get swapped or into another house. So, you know, I can't afford you know, public rentals that are ridiculous. So, you know, that was like 20 minutes. Because I went to the neighbour who has CCTV, and he was like, "Oh yeah, the 3 officers that came and they were there for 20 minutes." And, you know, and he was like, "Oh, don't trust the police, they just lie to you." Because, you know, the police are just fucking bollocks who ignore anything. And they wouldn't come out. And then after that, every night, because the count, they also asked them, "Do you want us to talk to you upstairs about all of this?" And I was like, "No, because you'll just cause them to cause further harassments against me." But someone did. Someone still talked to them, the council. And then they started putting on music full blast and abandoning the property every night and coming back in at 6 a.m. after leaving the music full blast directly above my bed, deliberately, in deliberate harassments. And then they're walking out the property going, and swearing, and they shouted, "Fuck you, honky," at me. You know, that's racist shit. But again, they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want towards me. And they're allowed to do whatever the fuck anytime. And then, you know, once that ended, the next night, you know, there were 4 or 5 nights of that. The next night, they spent the entire night kicking at my door over and over and over and over again, and the police wouldn't come out. And then the night after that, slamming into the ceiling, kicking at my door, police again won't come out. And it pushed me to my limits, and I couldn't take any more. So, you know, like, I've ran out of energy, I ran out of strength, and yes, I may have sent suicidal tendencies in the police message because they don't fucking attend whilst this endless harassment's coming out, and and then they still don't come out, and then they come out in the daytime when none of this is going on, and just first thing in the morning, and it's like you've been kept up all night by this endless harassment. Let's bash your fucking door in. So they make a hole in my door, and then that gets patched up with fresh, clean boarded woods, and then miraculously, no idea how, there's muddy footprints, and I've heard more bangs again on that wooden panel because Flat 2 have been kicking at the door again, and the police still won't even do anything about it. They've got all the evidence they need. There's CCTV that proves who even come up. It wasn't in the daytime because I sit in this fucking front room all day, every day. And yeah, it happened tonight. There were bangs, it's always fucking bangs, so am I gonna go record fucking evidence that just gets ignored anyway, because there's literally 100 fucking recordings already that just get ignored, and photographic evidence of millions of different harassments that they've done towards me, severe crimes and harassments that are beyond just the noise, and nothing gets done. And so yeah, in the middle of the night when I'm trying to sleep, okay, the battery ran out. But yeah, I'm not going to go. This is 3 years of this shit, and I've sent endless recordings that get ignored. So I'm not going to go and record every single fucking bang that happens every fucking night, because there's no hard drive space on any PC in the world to hold that much. Literally, it's every night, and nothing ever gets done. So yeah, in response to them kicking up my door again since it was boarded up, the police don't talk to them. They don't get the CCTV evidence from the neighbours. No, they just come early hours always, and yeah, they come to badger me and just be like, oh, yeah, look, we are doing something, we came to talk to you, and then they fuck off instantly, and then they just ignore it and don't do anything. And it's like you've literally got shoe prints of the fuckers. I've seen them do it. I've been reporting this before even this happened, and there's CCTV evidence that is of the alleyway and the entranceway, so you can see anyone that goes to that. My doorway is completely barricaded up from where you smashed it in, and I can't even open that front door. So, my only way would be through the side barricade, side alley, which is got CCTV which shows that, and it happens in the night, and the only people that come in those hours of the night are the people living in flat 2. So yeah, why don't you go fucking do your job and arrest the fuckers who have endlessly harassed me for the past 3 years? But again, still nothing gets done, and I just get driven to suicidal limits. And again, the council just still deliberately gaslight and still ignore that, and still provide excuses for them which literally contradicts the evidence. And environmental health have been in my home in lockdown and witnessed multiple men up there during these nights, and it's just bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, and I let that affect my life too much, and obviously it completely frayed my mental health status. Obviously I waited till a half reasonable date to make this not completely emotional, and I wish I did that with other things in my life, because the only reason that I'm okay at the moment is because the council put noise monitoring in for 5 days. Tell them that it's going in, so so they kind of stop during this very small period of time where I'm able to catch up on some sleep and feel healthy. But it's too late, because I've fucked something amazing. I pushed Lily away, and I literally sabotaged it, saying stupid and dumb shit to push her away, when I should have just distanced myself. I needed the distance. I really should have just distanced myself. And I hate that the depression controls me, especially when I'm pushed to my limits like that. And they were like they knew that the noise monitoring was going to be going in, and for the weeks prior to that, they just did endless abuse in all of their forms. Like, they were trying to get it out ready for when they have to be quiet for a bit. And that it was too much. It's driven me to my limits, and for months I've been, suffering. For years I've been completely suffering. But again, I've let the depression affects me and cause me to be horrible and not nice, and I don't like those sides of me that are caused by this illness. And for the longest time I've tried to just manage it through chasing happiness, but I do stupid things, I say stupid things, and I act in stupid ways because of it. And nobody would say that. Nobody would. And not wanting me because of, I can't go on medication because of the endless harassment, because I would just take all the pills and kill myself. And I've been wanting to go on it for a while now, and especially when I got back, I wanted to be healthier and better, and I started getting back in shape. I lost weight. I still got a bit to go, but I said getting back in shape and making myself who I want to be, and that would have been a step as well. But again, I need to get out of this harassment to be able to do that, and I can't. And I wish I'd been this, because I don't like how I did, and I did stupid things, and she wouldn't ever want to date me now, and we would have had amazing times together. And talking about this, I've heard something, and it's because of everything that I've been going through, and that's even this has allowed life even more, like just the way he acts and don't, and blame me, more distress. So it's been hard, and I can't take it anymore. I've been pushed beyond my limits, like especially at the start of February, like that. I was over my limits then, and I was over my limits like 6-7 months ago or whenever, when we got back in touch, and she brought me back from the brink, and she made me very happy. And the trouble with that, with manic depression, is being severely depressed and deathly. Yes, it's horrible, but it's stable. And if I could be happy and not have all of these issues, that's also stable and amazing. But I've always been scared, because medication would change me and who I am, and it's essentially killing me. But if I want to kill myself anyway, then it's better to kill the horrible side of me and hope that the nice and happy side of me lives with medication. So it's hard and scary, but I have to do it, and I just wish I didn't have to lose her to do this. But I can't do it until I get out of this fucking harassment, and nothing is getting done, and I don't think I'm ever getting out of this. Like, there's no hope. The council are not going to do anything ever. They just allow them to do whatever the fuck they want, always, every fucking night, all night, and all these deliberate harassments. The police don't even come up when they're kicking at my door, or when they've put music on full blast and then abandoned the house just to leave it on full blast above my bedroom, night after night, and when they're slamming into the ceiling, when they're kicking up my windows. They barely came when they fired a firework at my bedroom window. It took them about 4 hours to come. You know, which when it's 3:30 a.m. that they fired this and you're waiting up for the police, that's, yeah, great, thanks. I wait up all fucking night and lose all fucking night because they fired my bedroom window at the middle of the night to cause deliberate harassment and noise and, you know, probably try and smash through my window and make it explode and kill me. But, you know, hey, you just don't give a shit, do you? Because they can do whatever the fuck they want. And, you know, I've been pushed to the end, and yeah, like, those thoughts, but I try not to put that on people because I don't want to, but I've let how everything's affecting me cause issues, because I should have just given distance. And, you know, she's a busy person, and when we're making plans to do things and time zones don't exactly make it easy, and they fall through, and I'm already pushed and depressed to the end of my limits, and, you know, I'm trying to chase happiness by doing that, and then it falls through, and it just, that's when all of the sadness and everything sinks in. And I should not let myself message her in that state, but I did over and over again, and no one wants that. No one wants to date someone so broken. And, you know, I've even pushed her away. She's like, I'm okay still being friends, and I still push, and I don't want to push her out of my life completely, and I wish I hadn't ruined this chance of something, because there was something between us, and, you know, I really felt like this could have been special, because she's amazing, and we got on great when I wasn't all this broken mess. And, you know, that was back when I had Twitch things to help manage with everything as well, because, you know, Twitch things really did help a lot with all of this. And, you know, now we've got COVID lockdown and I can't go do anything. I can't go to gigs and things and have fun. I just, you know, it's just endless suffering and no way out, and nothing gets done, and I've allowed that to push me and influence me. And, you know, it was great having her back in my life and close, and, you know, we had some great chats, and, you know, we were making plans. We were going to go on holiday together, and that was going to be amazing, and I was looking forward to that. And, you know, and that had been the start of us dating, but I fucked everything. And, you know, to push her away even further, I was like, do you still want to, you know, even though you don't want to be with me, dumb stuff to push her away even further. And that's out of hurt and my mental. I don't want to do these things, I don't want to say these things. I hate how, just because I'm already at the brink of my limit, and then just, you know, the slightest thing is the end of the world. Like, I was pulling out a tortilla in the wrap, and it's you know, it's stuck and part of it, and it's just like, it's the end of the world. And I've knocked over so many fucking plates. I've got like 2 dinner plates left, and, you know, broken so many things just in my sleep deprived state. And, you know, it's all been getting to me. And, you know, you've seen me where I've been allowed a couple of days sleep too. And, you know, I'm still in a horrible state, and I wish I could go back. I wish I could, well, I wish I wasn't in this situation, mostly. But I wish I could go back. You know, I should have not. You know, it wasn't the right time. I'm going through too much, he's going through a lot. But you know, she was so depressed when we first started getting back in touch, and, you know, she cheered up immensely, and she was so happy. You know, we can't date because of the distance, but there was romance, and we were sending each other Christmas packages, and, you know, I sent her hers, and, you know, she seemed pretty happy with it. And, you know, she sent me one, it hasn't arrived, or it's been stolen, and, you know, and I hate myself of how my illness makes me act. I hate that I put so much on her just because she made me pushing and pushing because of everything that I away, and, you know, just badgering her, and, you know, being horrible when plans don't go through, even though she's busy and doing things, you know, and it's just, and then I'm overreacting and being stupid and saying stupid things to push her further away, just out of hurt and my illness. And, you know, I don't want to be like that. I don't want these things in my life, in my personality, and medication to get rid of it is definitely the right thing. I just want to be the happy me that she would have loved. You know, I hate that this has ruined my life in so many ways, and there's still no hope of escape because the police still won't do anything. The housing ombudsman won't do anything without a final response, which the council won't provide. The council still doing all this endless gaslighting and all this bollocks, and just ignoring all the evidence, and literally refusing environmental health evidence that they came in and witnessed these multiple men. They ignored the video evidence that proves all the multiple men that are living in there every night, and they still rely on this single miraculous piece of evidence wage slip that says, oh, I work at night. Is that even recent? Is that even relevant? Because he certainly wasn't working during COVID, and, you know, still that excuse was made for him. And it's just like, he's got to get out of jail free. Fuck me. Get out of jail for free. No, get out of jail free card from Monopoly that literally a big piece of paper that says, fuck you, I can do whatever the fuck I want to you, and you can't fucking do anything, and if you ever did anything to me, you'd get arrested. But yeah, it's bollocks that they're allowed to get away with these harassments and nothing get done, and the police don't have the powers, because the powers, according to the MP, were handed to the council so that expedient action could be taken. 3 years later, nothing is still getting done, and I'm still suffering endlessly, and, you know, it's destroyed me and pushed me past my limits, especially in those days. And, you know, and I shouldn't have contacted her on those days because, you know, I was just a complete emotional mess. Oh, and, you know, their endless excuses, oh, why don't you go see a doctor, that will solve everything, get sleeping pills, that will solve everything. And without revealing too much information about myself, on the 13th of February at 8:30 p.m. on, they send an ambulance, and the ambulance comes out, and 106, the blood pressure 149, everything on, which again the council, there's problems with that, which I'll go into just because it's relevant. 3 coats on because they always freeze the fucking house out. GCS 1, which is some depression scale of how leave that isolated whenever. This was the day before the message, which triggered them to kick my door in. But, that night, the ambulance over, and the ambulance comes to check on me to make sure I don't kill myself. Bit of hope, because they're like, oh, we're putting you on a safeguarding thing. But yeah, there's the strong smell of gas, because it's absolutely freezing. And, the gas just leaks and the council won't repair it because it's on neighbours for 3 years with endless reports to the police and council and nothing done. Struggling with mental health due to take it anymore, and I did, things just pushed me. I didn't want to, nothing is getting done about that, is it? Fucking 6 days later. Quiet. Because the treatment that I need is immediately. But still, the council ignore that medical professionals say need to be rehomed away from this, because that's what's destroying me. But they won't. They'll just ignore the evidence as always and still make up their own bollocks and discriminate against my mental health. So they won't do anything. They won't do shit against them. And, there are streams where they're bashing up my windows and kicking up my door, and it's a shame that the Twitch Sings streams have gone because of the VODs, being Twitch Sings, but where they're pouring water into the ceiling. That was on a Twitch Sings video. I've put a separate recording from when they'd done it on other days. They smashed down my ceiling, and there's Twitch Sings days where they're kicking at my front door, and you can hear that in the videos. And again, the evidence isn't necessarily there. It might be on the VOD channel. I didn't say every VOD, but there is an indelacio thing. Like, there's a big period that isn't. Like, there's some from the start and there's some from the end. So, if those were on the interim ones, then they're not there. Evidence in those videos, but they're so long that, especially as it's depressing that Sings has gone and I'm going on another 20 minutes. There's all of this, and never will, and I've got no hope of getting out of here and ruin something amazing to handle. It's too much, and I'm even pushing my best friend away again as well, because she moved away, and and again, I pushed people away when I tried to kill myself before, so going out of my life and do and say stupid things, and I need to get out of this harassment. And again, the police, they came to know that it's flat 2, and all they do me, oh yeah, hi, yeah, look, we paid attention, bye. Thanks, that's brilliant, isn't it? You came just to show up and show your face, to not do anything, and to let them get away with these endless fucking harassments again. Even though there's even more evidence, they're still allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to me forever, and I've still got no fucking way. Council who ignore the evidence, yeah, brilliant, because they don't care them this evidence. Thanks, yes, brilliant. With no way out, because I've done every single type of housing application way out of this, and the council won't put in noise isolation between the ceiling because it's too expensive for a property like this, and they won't do anything about the harassment or the multiple men breaching their tenancy, living up there every night, and we'll just be in doing this. And I'm able to do this on a day only because the noise monitoring is in, that they're asleep, to not be a complete emotional wreck. And I've been tortured too much. It has, and slamming on the ceiling and kicking up my door repeatedly, and the police never come out. Oh, why don't you call us when this has happened? Because you never fucking turn up fucking door when I've been kept up all night and you're banging on my door at 8 AM. You're gonna you'll wonder why I don't call you out, because you know even more fucking suffering. So I don't want to, maybe I should have put my feelings in it, because I have fucked something that could have been amazing. It gave me hope. And I needed her to see that, because it's unfair of her to how much hope she gave me, and you know, this is why I also don't like sessions. But normally, you know, I don't make plans with anyone for my birthday, because I don't turn up. Like, I feel it a lot, and I push at that. And, you know, that is from my mental health illness, and yeah, right now it's even harder and even stronger when, you know, plans fall through. So, and I let my mental health ruin that, and I wish I hadn't. I wish I was in a better place and a happier place to be able to do that, because, you know, there was a chance of something special there, and I have ruined it. And, you know, if she got to see the happy, great me, things would have been amazing. But I'm stuck in this horrible situation, and, you know, that me hasn't been here for a while, and that's even more reason why I need to go on medication, because, you know, being scared of changing who I am and losing that side of me. If I haven't felt that side for so long because of all of this, then what have I even got to lose? You know, especially wanting to kill myself. Like, this side of me does need to die. It can't go on. I can't keep being like this and pushing people away that I care about so much, and ruining my life through compulsions from my illness that make me do and say stupid things and act in stupid ways and push just because, you know, just because of my mental health and how I'm feeling, and, you know, needing to feel the happiness. And I you know, it's controlled me too long. It has, and it needs to go. But I need to get out of this horrible nightmare to be able to do that first, because, like, I know how hard it is to go on medication and find the right balance. That's, you know, you get the wrong pills, and that pushes you over the limit as well. And having pills available, it's, you know, I can't have something like that I could just take in a horrible episode. And, like, you know, I'm going through these episodes constantly with all of this harassment, so I can't have that around. And, you know, I need to be somewhere safe before I can even do that. But the council won't let me have anywhere safe, and I have no way of getting anywhere safe, especially as I've previously ruined the majority of my friendships in real life and pushed everyone away. So yeah, it's tough. And I hate that I've ruined what could have been something amazing and special. And yeah, she's acting out because, you know, because I'm not the person I was, because I'm this horrible side of me that's just depressed and horrible, rather than the fun, happy me that she liked and she, you know, she cared about and that she deserves. And I just wish I got to be that person and was allowed to be that person and not having to suffer this. And, you know, I should have waited until we were in good situations to get back in touch. But, you know, that's how life happens, isn't it? It felt nice, but I fucked it up, and I hate myself so much for that, and I just need to get out of this harassment. Like, beyond anything else, that's what I need most. And then I hope she still wants to know me when I'm better, you know, because I will. I have to go on this medication. This more than anything. Like, you know, I've wanted to before even this, but I can't because of what I'm going through. But I just wish I'd been the healthy, happy, fun person that she loved, and not have to be this person right now, because I don't want to be this person anymore. I just want to escape this nightmare, but I have no way out. I have no way out. I'm stuck here. What can I do? The police won't do anything. The council won't do anything. They ignore all the fucking evidence. They allow them to commit all these crimes and harassments against me, and I have nothing. No way out. And especially that the MP has died, who was the only person fighting for me, and still the council don't do anything with the MP fighting for my support. How? How do I do anything? How do I get out of this? Like, you know, if I ever did anything to them, I would go to jail, and yeah, that's not fair that they can do endless whatever the fuck they want, and if I dare retaliate, I go to jail, and they get away with it. And, you know, they win even more because then I would be in jail, and that's not fair. But, you know, I'm just going to keep going on and on and on because I can't handle this, and I wish I didn't have to lose Lily. You know, I wanted to see how things went. I wanted to explore that and date her, and, you know, that could have been amazing. And we were going to go on holiday and do things, and, you know, and that would have been amazing. And I have fucked everything, and, you know, I shouldn't push in ways to try and, you know, hope that she might still care when she gets to see me, and, you know, be in nice situations rather than in this. But it's like I have to destroy something completely and utterly, and I hate myself that I have to completely obliterate everything just because I hurt. You know, I hate myself so much that I have to destroy it completely in order to. It's not fair, it's not nice, and I hate that I'm compelled to do that. And I have fucked.
Get out of the way so I can get my delivery.